With the release of MaXXXine last weekend, Ty West has delivered us the conclusion to the X Trilogy. With all three films out now, it's time to rank them from the worst to the best. What is going on, everyone, and welcome to my ranking of the X films, the films in the X Trilogy. Now, apparently there's rumblings about a fourth film potentially coming out, but I'm just going to review the trilogy now because it does feel like I don't know if there was originally going to be more than 3 films. I thought the idea was that it was pitched as a trilogy, but whatever, we've got the trilogy here right now. So let's rank them. And coming in at number 3, for me, the weakest film in this trilogy is going to be X. Now, this isn't a film that I despise, but I don't like it very much. I did like it, I used to quite enjoy it, but upon rewatch, unfortunately, it really dropped off for me. I found the characters to be quite one-dimensional and uninteresting. I found most of the kills to be pretty average, and I felt like it was confused tonally, as it has a very silly premise, but it kind of just takes itself dead serious to the point that it doesn't allow itself to have any fun with it. And that's a shame for me, because what could have been a really fun throwback slasher ended up being a bit of a holier-than-thou feeling film that thinks it's a lot more profound than it actually is. Coming in at number 2 for me is MaXXXine. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, X is probably the better film. It definitely feels like it's a more finished product than MaXXXine, because MaXXXine, as I said in my review, feels like a first draft at best. But I enjoyed MaXXXine more. I feel like it got the time period really down pat. I really like the aesthetic of this film. I think it was quite fun. Kevin Bacon is really, really entertaining here, and so is Giancarlo Esposito. But again, the script was really, really poor here. There wasn't enough done with Maxine's character. She wasn't fleshed out nearly enough to make it interesting. The whole Night Stalker plot was extremely predictable, and that kind of predictability was really disappointing too, because you're kind of coming up with these scenarios in your head that you think, okay, this is actually could be really cool, but then it just goes with the lowest hanging fruit that they could. It's a mess of a film. I had some fun with it. I didn't hate watching it. I'd never watch it again. But coming in at number 1, the best film in this trilogy, the only film in the trilogy that I would say that I actually like, is Pearl. And when I say I like this film, I really mean it. I love Pearl. I think this is a truly excellent film. I think the way it kind of captures the 1910s is brilliant. It does, as I said, all 3 of these films do such a great job with the production value, but Pearl in particular really does feel like it's of that time period. At least from what I've seen in film, like, you know, you look at those older films with the glossy kind of techno-color look to them, it really captures that perfectly. Mia Goth gives a great performance here. I really, really like what she's doing. Some people might find her monologue and her smile a little bit gimmicky, but for me it was perfectly unsettling and unnerving. It's a film that rests on a great performance, and we get a great performance. And it legitimately unnerves me. It legitimately unsettles me each time I watch it. There's some parts where she goes a little bit overboard, like when she's crying outside of the church. I was like, okay, settle down. But overall, Pearl is, I think, by far the best film in this trilogy. It's the most well-rounded. It is a really great slow burn that just explodes into chaos and violence. I can't get enough of this one. This film is absolutely brilliant. So thank you for watching my ranking on this interesting, ambitious, if not entirely successful trilogy. I'm so glad that we have a trilogy like this that exists, though. It's just fascinating that this kind of stuff can be made, and I'm really happy to see it. I champion original horror like this, even when it doesn't fully work for me. So that's all I have for today. Leave a like, share the video, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later for my Long Legs review.